Hello lovelies, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel Lex, and I'm here to share with you my delivery story.
On 24th evening in August, my water started leaking, and then I was wondering how come my water is leaking. Actually, I was 39 weeks and I was remaining with only around 5 days, 5 to 7 days to finish the 40 weeks mark. That is 9 months.
So my husband told me, you know what honey, let's go to the hospital so that they can really check you why you're having this water leaking. And it is not urine, because I know if it's urine I can control it, but this water which was leaking I couldn't control the flow. So because my doctor was off on that day, and she had told me that if I have any emergency I should go to the maternity ward. So we went there with my husband. They put me they call, is it a litmus paper or whatever, they took some tests to really prove whether it's only water, maybe urine, or it's amniotic acid. To my surprise, the results came back positive. That means it was the amniotic acid. It's this water which was coming from the baby, it was the one which was leaking. You know, my heart really pumped. As in, I was on tension. I didn't have any kind of any pain. I didn't even for once think of the fact that I was going to give birth, you know, that day. So the nurse told me, you know what, we're not going to let you go back home. We're going to admit you so that we put you on antibiotics so that the baby is not affected. And then we're going to monitor your labor pains. If your contractions come, then you can push the baby and give birth. If they don't come, then we'll go under induction. We'll give you an induction pill. If it also doesn't work, then you go under a C-section.
So I did not even think that I was going to have all this emergency. So they admitted me. I did not even go back. I stayed in the hospital. It was my husband who came back home to even wash some clothes for the baby in case the baby comes, for her to be welcome in.
So they put me on antibiotics. They checked my contractions. Then the doctor was telling me in the middle of the night, that was around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Around 7 o'clock, the doctor was asking me, do you feel any kind of contractions? I told the doctor, no, I'm not feeling anything. But the doctor said, you are saying that you're having some kind of contractions on them. Here, we can monitor them. You don't feel any pain? I wasn't feeling any pain. I really didn't know what she was talking about, that there were even contractions to start with, because I had no pain. So that was the same condition until morning. I was on drip I was on antibiotics, and I was also, my contractions were being monitored until next day. That was on Saturday. I wasn't feeling anything. So when my doctor came in the next day, she had come on duty. She told me, oh, we got to know. Okay, the doctor, before that, on that very night, that Friday night, there was this night duty doctor. She wasn't my usual doctor, but she was working on the night duty. She came and, you know, checked my cervix to see if it has dilated, but it was not dilated at all, and the baby's head was still high. You know, the head had engaged, it was upside down, but the cervix had not opened, it had not dilated at all. So there was no hope for me to push this baby. I mean, at that time I did not see any hope for the baby to really engage down, to really go down in the pelvic. It was not in the pelvic yet, it had just engaged, but not down in the pelvic, and the cervix itself had not moved an inch. Can you imagine? I was so terrified, I was so afraid. So when the doctor came in the morning time, she told me, Angela, we've done everything, we waited for the contractions. The information I've got from the night doctor, that you are not what? That you're not having contractions, and your cervix is not opening, and your baby's head is still high. You don't have any contractions. So the only option we have right now is we are going to give you, we are going to induce you. So they inserted a kind of a pill, a tablet. Is it a tablet? Is it? Yeah. They inserted a pill inside me, down there, so that it could, you know, make me get those contractions and all that, so that I could get the urge to push the baby. So they told me I'm going to wait for around 6 hours. If there is nothing that is happening, the only option would be a C-section. Oh my God. So they put me on this induction. You know, I had all this fear about inductions, because I had sometimes you can get these contractions and even you fail to deliver normally, and you end up going in emergency after all that pain. So I had this fear for the induction. But what option did I have? I was really looking forward to see my baby. So that was the last thing on my mind. I was just hoping to get for my contractions to be induced so that I could be able to push my baby. So after 6 hours, the medicine did not work. The medicine did not work. I did not feel anything. No contractions, no nothing. So my doctor came in again and she told me and my husband, you know what? the baby is getting tired, something bad can happen to the baby. So the only option you have is for you to go under the C-section. But still, if you don't want to go under C-section, we can let you wait more, but we cannot let you wait more on our case. You just need to sign a paper that we have told you to go through a C-section, but you have chosen to go on further by waiting.
So you can imagine a first-time mom who is looking forward to see her baby, and then you're telling her that the baby is tired and the only option is a C-section. If you don't want a C-section, then that means you have to wait, but on your own course. What option did we have? They gave us 15 minutes to discuss it. We had to discuss it with my husband. At the end of the day, we are like, we really need this baby. This is what the Lord has chosen for us. Everything happens for a reason. We had to accept a C-section.
It took only 5 minutes for the baby to come out. So they brought out my little angel. But after the surgery, then when the numbness was over, the pain was beyond painful. I mean, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. I was walking like an old woman, you know. And the worst part was, when it came to feeding my baby, breastfeeding my little angel, I did not have breast milk. The pain was really too much. Every time she breastfed, the uterus was contracting. So it always, you know, added on more and more pain. Yeah, so I'm really just thankful to God. I was hoping to have a normal delivery, but you know, God's plans are always the best.